Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Conservation Conversations. This is another interview with one of the fantastic, talented stars that are coming to Manchester Folk Festival 2026. Get your tickets. It's running 19th to 22nd of March this year, so only a few weeks left to go. I'm going to be there actually performing solo, but that's a story for another day. I've interviewed many of the acts on the lineup, and today I've got someone who's international for the first time, an international guest who's coming into the UK to play their very distinctive sounding music. I can't wait to introduce them very shortly and reveal who they are. Firstly, a quick news update. Stornoway have the Royal Albert Hall show coming up on Monday, the 30th of March. Very excitingly, we released some new tickets for that. So production tickets became available once we figured out how we were going to do our special show and give you a very unique experience, immersive experience. So we were able to launch another 100 tickets, and they're in the choir seats area, pretty much on the stage. So go grab those if you want a super immersive experience and to be able to see our bald patches from behind. It should sound excellent there as well. And they're publicly available right now on the Royal Albert Hall website. So go grab those. And in other news, we've got the Folk Album of the Year awards on the 17th of March. The winners will be announced. So you've known who the finalists are. That was announced back in December, and we've spent several months listening to the excellent range of music represented there. It's a very diverse collection of nominees, finalists. 17th of March, we'll be able to tune in live and find out. So sign up to Sound Roots and Folk on Foot to get updates about that award and who's going to win. And then we'll see you in Manchester on the 20th. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to bring in my very exciting guest who's bringing us the sounds of Catalan. And so it's Ferran Orriols. Hello, Ferran. Good to see you. Thank you very much for making the time to be with us today. And how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Hello, nice to meet you too.
Great.
Very excited to chat with you.
Great, thank you. Yeah, we've had some excellent guests here, and I've been running this series of conversations since the last Manchester Folk Festival. Is this the first year that you're going to be playing the festival?
Yes, it's the first time I play outside of my country, so
Right. Yeah.
it's a
And
great opportunity.
are you from Catalonia? So are you close to Barcelona, I suppose?
Yes, it's like an hour drive, more or less. I live in a countryside in a very small town. It's called La Torre d'Oristà.
Okay.
But yeah, it's close to Barcelona.
Yeah. So your albums had some very, very exciting reviews. I was reading the Cloth Mag review, which is pretty much the staple these days for folk music reviews and musicology. And how did you get in touch with them? Did they reach out to you and just say, "We heard your album and we want to review it"?
Yeah, well, I did this cover of Yellow Roses, Hidden's Yellow Roses in
Heron, yeah.
Catalan, and we decided to send some information to the media here. So we have a guy here that said, okay, we can send the song to Cloth Mac, and it worked. So suddenly we received the news. They said, okay, we like the song. We want to talk about you. And there was this great review of the song. And then when the album came out, they also did a great review of the whole album. I didn't know the Cloth magazine. I didn't know it. And since then, I just read it every day because there's a lot of music and really interesting music there.
Yes, yeah, it's brilliant. It's kind of filled a vacuum that came about when some of the other folk magazines stopped being so busy and they ran out of resources around the time of the COVID lockdowns. Cloth came in and started to write some of the best of the musicology articles. So we're really grateful for them for their team and what they do for folk music, keeping the tradition alive.
Yes.
I noticed in two of the songs from this album, Roses Grogues and Darrere els Horts, you've got bird song in the background. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, I like I like nature, and I like how when you record or when you play songs, you are in a space. Sometimes in a studio, you lose that space. No, it's
Yes.
very hermetic, so you can then change the sound and do whatever you want. But I wanted to do something that when you listened to that, you could imagine there next to me. So, and also I wanted to do like a picture of where I live, know what's happening around me. So there are birds, but there are also sheep, a tractor, and whatever. No, the rain. So yeah, in that case, when I recorded Yellow Roses, the cover, I was in my house outside, and there were birds, and I played it live. And the same I did with almost the whole album. And the Red Ozarks, I recorded the song in well in an old chicken farm. That's where I recorded the whole, almost the big part of the album. And there were also the birds, so the birds are there.
Yes. Well, the my band Stornoway is very enamored with birdsong, and our singer Brian has studied birds for a doctorate and
Oh,
taught about birds for a long time. So he knows all the
I
different
love it.
birds, and maybe he's familiar with the Catalan birds as well. Are there any particular species that you like very much?
Yes, I really love birds too. I mean, I it's hard for me to identify a lot of them, but yeah, I'm not sure if I will know the name in English, but there were martins, house martins,
Yes.
like those small ones with the not with the red cheeks, but um, are these swallows?
Yes, that's right. The swallow is
So
there.
there's one song that there are a couple of swallows that I was recording the first part of it, and they came in. That was something incredible. When I was recording, the birds came. So in that song, it's called "No te estimaré siempre igual." I never love you in the same way. I was playing, and they were coming in, coming out. And then there was one day also that suddenly I was recording a guitar and found like a big bird in the front of the door. And it was not an eagle, but sort of an eagle, a little bit like smaller. But and now, wow, now I see a bird here in my
Yes.
garden.
That's
But
great.
like this one, it's not an eagle. I don't know the name in English, but it's a
Okay.
small one. Shurige, it's called.
Oh,
Well,
like a bird of prey with the um, like a raptor with the hooked beak.
yes, and
Yes,
when they fly, they stop in the sky,
yes. It's a
to see
yeah.
the animals
I
at
think maybe
the
it's
ground.
the kestrel, maybe the English name.
Maybe could be. But you see, you talk about birds and they know. That's what I think.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
suddenly I found this one
I
here.
see. Their ears are burning. That's the expression we have. Their ears are burning, and they hear their name is being said, so they come and they fly and they say
Yeah.
hello.
And they are also very beautiful ones that come from Africa. They are called bee eaters in English.
Okay.
These ones,
Yeah.
colorful ones.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where I live, there's like walls of ground, and they build the nest in,
Yes.
and it's full of them. When
Wow.
spring comes, it's full of them in my street. They are beautiful, and there's a song that you can also hear them. They were flying around there, and you can hear
Yes.
that
Yes.
something like that.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for putting the birdsong into the record because it really the way it was recorded as well. I don't know what microphone, if it was a particularly special equipment, but it made me feel like I was in the space there.
I
You
love
know,
it. Oh,
so
great.
much of modern recording, it takes all the soul out of the room. But your
Yes.
one, I could feel like I was exactly there. And it reminded me in September 2016, I think, the band went to Barcelona. We played in a big concert hall there, and we went out after the Ramblas, and we heard many bird songs, bird calls late at night in September. It was very
Oh, great.
romantic.
Great. Yeah. I just listened to your band before talking with you, and I loved it. I
Thank you.
loved it.
Thanks very
If you
much.
ever come to Barcelona, well, we'll talk about
Yes.
it. But please say that to me. I will come. I love it.
Yes, yes. And I'm really excited to come and see you in Manchester as well, because I'm going to be there playing some music.
Ah, great.
I wanted to ask you two of the questions that I ask all my Conservation Conversations guests who are playing in Manchester. The first one, we can stick on the nature topic that we got into there, and we can talk about maybe how birdsong or nature more generally feeds into your music making. So the question is there a place or a time that you can remember where nature played a big role in helping you to create something that wouldn't have been there if nature hadn't been there?
Well, I think that what surrounds me, it's all nature mostly here, because there are just few houses, and that inspires me a lot. I mean, I talk about life in a small town, and maybe what I talk about is it's about people, about relationships. But when I found very inspired is when I there's a moment when the sun comes, that the golden hour, I think it's called.
Yes.
That moment of sun, it really invites me to pick up the guitar and play, or to read, or but to stop and enjoy a moment of art. But I really create driving also. I mean, I've got the songs in my head, and then I try to play them. But I mean, it's something very mental, the
Yes.
way I create songs.
Yeah.
But I see that, but really, that the nature inspires me. Like, it puts me in the state of calm, and that it works very well when you want to create.
Yes. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you. We've had so many different responses from my guests, and some of them say they don't need nature at all, and they are in the middle of a big city and they record on the 10th floor of a tower block. And then we have other guests who are so immersed in nature that if they don't have a day walking out in the mountains, then they don't feel like themselves. So I really loved your response there. I want to
Thank
also remind people, because we have an audience here tuning in who are very nature friendly. Stornoway's audience tends to be made up of people who hike and go out and listen to birdsong and come to see us play in unusual places. Well, I want to remind you, everybody, that you can go see Ferran play on Thursday, 19th of March in Manchester. It's part of the Folk Festival, and there's a specific wristband you can get that unlocks all the international folk concert program from Catalonia. And the acts you can see there is Ferran himself, as well as El Poni Pisador and Alosa. So
Yes,
these are two exciting
great
acts as
bands,
well. And you've
great
played with them
bands.
before? You know them?
Yes, I've played with Alosa like half a year ago. Um, they are great. They do like some kind of traditional music, but also modern. They play great. And then there's El Pony Pisador. These guys are amazing too. I've seen them live, but we've not played together yet. But they are great. I mean, they play very well. You can see Irish music influences there, but also country. They play everything, and the lyrics are very funny, very elaborated. They are amazing. Both bands, you have to go there
Yeah,
and see them.
great. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, hoping to get to Halle St. Peter's myself for that 19th of March. So we can move to this other question, because you mentioned this traditional music that El Pony Pisador play. I'm really fascinated by the lineup at Manchester, because they pick these acts who can do old and new at the same time, and they can blend those two forces. Is there one example, Ferran, that you like best, which blends the old and the new, so it fans the flames of tradition, but also creates space for innovation in the music making?
Okay, you mean like an artist or a band that does that?
Yeah. Maybe
Sure.
even one of your works, if you like to, if you talk about that. But
Yes. Um, it's a good reflection to do, because in my case I talk about myself, because not I mean, there's lots of bands, but now it doesn't. Uh, no one comes to my mind, but well, it will. But in my case, recently I've been a lot into traditional music, because I had the fortune to receive some cassettes from a woman from here, from the region I live, that she recorded traditional songs she knew his mother from other old people there. She recorded that like 30 years ago, and
Okay.
there are these like, I don't know, 60 cassettes, and I have to transfer them to digital. So I've always had this, like, even at school, there was a teacher that taught me traditional songs, and I
Yes.
loved it. And we sang there also. But now these days, I'm a lot into that kind of music, and I start to feel very connected to the past. And I think that it's important to know where we come from, so we then know where we go. I mean, tradition and the present, there's a path between that. And I think that we don't have to get stuck on tradition, but it's important to know where we come from and to understand that this path, we are still walking that path, and it's important to know who was there before us, to respect it and to understand lots of things. It's very inspiring also, no, when you do music and you listen to songs that were made hundreds of years ago. The lyrics are amazing. They talk about, I don't know, they tell you stories that are incredible. mm. You see there's love there also, no, I don't know, it's, I love that.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. It sounds like we've got the similar interests there because personally, I have been on something like this adventure, and um, I wanted to challenge myself to learn a new traditional folk song every day of the year. And I started this a long time ago. I'm now on number 400 or so. I've learned 400
Wow.
traditional songs to
Wow.
try, mostly a cappella, to try get the lyrics and the tune,
Hmm.
because some of them are quite challenging and it takes a whole day to learn it. But also some of them are, if they're simpler, I can learn some concertina or guitar or bouzouki or something next to it. So when we get to Manchester, we'll meet up and we'll compare notes, see what the favorite traditional songs are.
Yes, please. And maybe when I look at that, because I've got the cassettes here,
Yes.
because this is where I work. Lots
Great.
of them,
Yeah.
with the titles of the
Ah,
song
yes.
here. There are hundreds of them, hundreds of songs,
Yeah.
and when you listen to it, suddenly I don't know, you say, okay, it's the same tune.
Yes.
I heard that song, but they talk about different things.
Yeah.
Well, it's great, and sometimes I think maybe you can find a song that has the same tune in England than
Yes.
here.
Yeah. Is
We'll
there
talk about that.
any
I love it.
favorite tune from Catalonia that you recommend, or maybe two?
Yes, there's one I love that it's called La Murronga. And I say this one because it was made in my town.
Ah,
And that song is on the album too.
okay.
Because this is a song that my music teacher, when I was doing primary, she taught, she taught to us.
Okay.
And when I was recording this album, I called her and I say, okay, come here, we're gonna sing this song together. And it's called La Morronga. And I can sing,
Yes.
if I can, I just can sing it. Take 10 seconds of the song. It
Sure.
says, si algun dia anant a missa en sentiu algun cridot, serà la veu de la morronga que n'haurà alçat massa el got. De bonica no n'ets mica, lleja no te'n pots tornar, i el pèl moixí de la cara te'l podràs ben cargolar.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
yes, I will look forward to learning that. I'll listen to your version as my go-to version.
It's a song about a woman that lived here in my street too. And
Okay.
well, men from there, they made that song.
Yeah, fantastic. I think one of the great benefits of music, and folk music particular, it's so good for teaching languages. And I'm always thinking, how can I get my daughter to speak more languages? And it's always easier to teach her by singing a song. And this song sounds like the kind of melody that she would like. So I will also take it home and see if I can teach her.
Oh, that will be great. Thank you.
Great. Well, thank you for answering my two questions. These are some of the most interesting responses I've had. I'm really grateful to you for your time.
Great.
I want to also remind everybody again, so that show is the 19th of March at 4 p.m. in Halle St. Peters in Manchester. Beautiful venue. It's a beautiful old religious space, and it
Oh, I love
works
it.
wonderfully for music. The sound there kind of echoes forever.
Oh,
Uh, yeah,
amazing.
yeah. And I really hope you can make it to see Ferran's show. And is there any other news you want to share with us before we go?
Well, yes, it just released a new version of the album, like a deluxe
Yeah.
version with 4 more songs. So now the album has 28 songs. And well, there's Steve from Huron, from the band, that English 70s folk band.
Yes.
We made the song together, and it's
Okay.
there. It's called Bridport Calling. Is there. So when I'll be here playing, I'll play maybe some of those new 4 songs. There's also a cover of Adrian Lanker
Okay. That's
called
great.
Sadness as a Gift,
Yes.
but in Catalan, covered in Catalan.
Yeah.
And well, I have some shows in Catalonia, and but very excited to come to England and show my music to you. It will be an honor. So hope people come and enjoy.
Yes. Yes, and we must do some kind of exchange because I want to bring Stornoway back to Barcelona. We had such a good
Yeah,
time there.
please.
We want to come and explore further in Catalonia.
That will be
Thank
great.
you.
I
Great.
want to see you live and I want to meet you in person. So
Looking
yeah,
forward to it. Excellent. Thank you so much, Phil, and enjoy the rest of your day out there with the birds, especially. Maybe it will inspire some more music making.
yes.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll say goodbye and I'll say take care, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in and giving us your Tuesday evenings.